What is up, everybody? It is the True Epic Gamer here, and we are back with another UFO 50 game guide, this time going over Velgress. Now, obviously, if you guys are watching this video, it's not because you don't know which direction to go to get to the end of this game. Obviously, you know you need to go up and you need to keep on climbing. But I'm going to give you guys as many tips and as many tricks as I can come up with to help you beat this game as easy as possible. I'm going to slow down the gameplay a bit here to show you guys a few things on screen. If you notice that little star block with those bubbles coming out of it, that block will send you flying through a significant portion of the level. However, I would not recommend going for that just because you're going to want to get as many coins as you possibly can. Going back to this clip one more time, if you notice in the top left there's a treasure chest. This is another type of block that appears randomly. You're going to want to jump on top of these and fire down until you get about 6 coins. It will explode and you'll have time to do another jump and get out of there. But you're going to want to get as many of these as you possibly can because, like I said, you want as many coins as you can possibly get, especially on the first 2 levels. Now, I'm sure you guys noticed, and I'm sure you've encountered this giant bird on the top of the screen. This is going to appear about halfway through the level, and you want to just leave him alone unless you're going for the secret ending. And if that's the case, I'm going to have an entirely different video for that. But for this video's purposes and to beat this game, you do not need to kill those birds and you do not need to collect those keys. It's also good to mention that even though the bird looks threatening, he doesn't do anything to you. He doesn't come down and attack you, so he's no problem at all. Another really simple thing that you guys need to know about this first level is that these cloud blocks, they don't last very long, but you can jump through them, making them very valuable. Now, as you guys can see, after you beat each level, you'll end up in this shop, and this shop has 6 unique items. I'm going to go over each one right now, tell you which ones you should be looking for, and which ones you should not even bother wasting your time with. The first items I want to go over are the items that you should be looking for after you complete level 1. The cheapest and most valuable item that you can get after completing the first level is only going to cost you 10 coins, and that is Lightfoot. What this is going to allow you to do is stand on platforms just a little bit longer than you would have been able to do previously. And that's going to allow you to slow down the pace of the game, allowing you to really think about where you're going next. The next item I want to talk about is pretty expensive. It's called Recovery. It shows a symbol of a heart and it costs 20 coins. This is going to allow you to recover from hits faster. This is extremely important because normally whenever you get hit in this game, you don't really recover until right when you're at the bottom of the screen about to touch the spikes, so this can be really valuable if you get hit a lot. The next item that I want to talk about is Power. This costs 15 coins and it upgrades your gun, allowing you to shoot through blocks quicker and deal more damage to things like the bird. However, since we mentioned before that the birds are not important to us in a normal run, it's not very important for us to purchase this item for just beating the game normally. The last item that you may be able to get after level 1 is the double jump. However, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to get it after level 1. It does cost 30 coins, but it is by far the best item in the game, essentially giving you 3 jumps and making it pretty hard to die at that point. Now, I want to quickly go over the 2 items that I don't think you should buy ever. The worst item being the magnet. It only costs 5 coins, but all it allows you to do is collect coins by shooting them. It could be slightly useful, but I would recommend just saving your money because you're going to want to have enough for that double jump because that is by far the most valuable item in the game. Now, the last item that we're going to talk about is the lightning. This costs a whopping 20 coins, and what it allows you to do is shoot through clouds without destroying them. It's not completely useless, however, for 20 coins, I would recommend never buying this. The last thing that I want to mention before moving on from the items is that you can purchase items multiple times, and basically it just amplifies their effect. So if you get Lightfoot twice, then the platforms will take even longer to crumble beneath your feet. Moving on to level number 2. The difficulty is going to amp up pretty quick here. If you look on the very far right of the screen, you see that switch with a red little dot on it. What this does is when it hits the bottom, it's going to fire 3 bullets. One goes up and one goes to the left and right diagonally. This happens if you stand on it or if it hits the bottom of the screen. This is by far the biggest threat on this level. Next up, we have these green laser blocks. Every time that you shoot these laser blocks or bump into them, they switch between going horizontal to vertical or vice versa. These can also be a problem. Try and take your time with these. Next up, the last unique block we have here, the ones with blinking red dots. You want to shoot these and you'll turn them into an entire row of cloud blocks. This can be very useful to make your way up to the top. Also, if you bump into the side, it will damage you, but normally you recover quick enough to actually jump onto the clouds that it poofs out from the sides. I know that was a lot of information really quick, but the reality is you guys are going to have to experiment a little bit with these different types of blocks, as that is by far the most difficult part of level 2, is figuring out exactly how each of these 3 different blocks work. Once again, we see this bird up here. He pops up on each level. He is no threat to us, no problem at all. Pretend like he's not even there. Another thing you're going to want to keep in mind as you're going through level 2 is you really do need to get as many coins as you can. Hopefully you still have some left over from level 1, but you still want to go for every treasure chest and as many coins as you can collect along your way, because our main goal here is after level 2 to be able to purchase the double jump, which, if you guys do remember, is going to cost us 30 coins. So it's definitely not easy to get 30 coins, but it's very attainable. As long as you're focusing on the coins, you should have enough by the time you get there. As you guys can see, we went ahead and used that star platform just because we were so close to the end, it wasn't going to affect us, and we did get the double jump. Moving on to level 3, I consider this level to be easier than the second level, especially if you have the double jump, because even though it's called the double jump, it gives you 2 normal jumps, but you still have your 3rd spin jump. So you basically have 3 jumps. There are some new things in level 3. As you guys can see, this octopus comes down from the top of the screen. It lets you know up top where he's going to be coming from, and he's usually not much of a problem. Obviously, you don't want to get crushed by him, but you can jump on him with no problem at all, and actually that a lot of times can save you on this level. In fact, that would be my number 1 tip for this level, is to remember that you can jump on top of enemies. These jellyfish, you can jump on top of them, they break in 2, you can jump on top of them again, and you can jump on top of the fish. And that's pretty much it, guys. You have beat Velgress. Obviously, it's easier said than done, and it probably will take you a lot of tries, but with a little bit of luck, you can get through this game. Now, if you guys are interested in getting the secret ending to this game, it requires you to get all 3 keys, which you get from the birds on each level, and obviously that makes it much more difficult to get the secret ending. However, that is not all. There is another level once you get all those keys. I will have an entirely separate video going over that specifically if you guys want to unlock the cherry ending or the secret ending to Velgress. But before you guys click away from this video, there is one more secret in this game that I'm sure all of you will be interested in. If you notice at the very end of the credits, it says Alpha Best. And if you guys pull up your pause menu and you go to the terminal, you can type this code in. What this code will do is it will put you in an alternate version of Velgress where you have every single item already unlocked, as you can see on the bottom right of the screen, just allowing you to have a little bit more fun with this game even though you've already completed it. That's all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully this video did help you out and you were able to beat Velgress. If you guys like videos like this and you want to see more, comment which game you want to see next, and of course you're going to want to make sure to subscribe so you can see whenever I upload again. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and as always, peace.